Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Drill Dozer for the Game Boy Advance. In the last video, we started exploring the Kuru ruins, and there was craziness abound because walking skeletons, spike traps, and even some bright blue light taking control of a statue that then tried to kill us. And that was the first half of Area 3. Now we're going to have to go into the second half and go deeper into the ruins, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. Now we're going into the sunken ruins, and for the first time we're going to be doing some underwater exploration. And the level starts where we left off, in front of this thing which we fought at the end of the last video. Once you go inside, be ready to start drilling and exploring. You may find some ships. Be sure to get as many here as you can because you are going to need them. Also, after you get through this wall, be ready to fight more walking skeletons. There's a chip right there. I definitely want to get my hands on it. There's another one. And that should be the last of the skeletons right there, thankfully. Now we can just head on to the left. And now it's time to take care of some statues. Almost didn't get that chip there. And if you go to the left from here. Whoa there, boss! Watch out for that water up ahead. Normally your drill dozer can't go in the water. But if I install some special equipment, you should be able to go underwater. Why don't you wait until you're equipped with the right stuff, eh? So, yeah, let's go to the right instead. And when we do, what in the world is going on here?
Diamond, diamond, where is the diamond? The diamond, it calls to me. The diamond is the fountain of youth. Ah, do we experience youth again? Hey now, is that annoying little girl from the Red Dozers? Yes, yes, the treasure is ours.
And once they dive in, be ready for a boss battle. Use a drill to block the bullets. Then, use the drill to try to take that screw out. Just pay attention to which side of the room that these weird twins come in from. Judging by the music, this isn't much of a battle. It isn't either. Matter of fact, this is all they do. And once you take that screw out, they run away. But you get this weird little propeller to fall out. Might as well grab it. Hey, it's a pair of crazy thief ladies. They must have found a treasure in the ruins. That's how the stealing business goes. We'll just steal it back. But it looks like they left us a nice little gift. Try using a propeller to move through the water. Just spin the drill to glide through the water like a submarine. Are you sure this'll work, Guillermo? Be careful out there, boss. If you get into trouble, take a look at the help file. But I thought you had to install it first, and we just picked it up, and now that we picked it up, we can just use it. That's how it works. Really? Really? Well, anyway, once you go into the water, your drill dozer will turn blue, and you'll do the little transformation. The only way to get around is with your drill, with the L and R shoulder buttons. Doing nothing just lets you sink, but you can look in any direction with the control pad if you need to. That little opening up there will just take us back to where we were. So, let's just break through the wall a little here and go through here. And if we take this little opening, we can go right to exit if we please, but that'll just take us back to where we first saw the water, and that won't really do much for us. So we need to go through here, and we also need to watch out for the fish. The fish can do damage, and you definitely don't want to run into them. Also, there is a self-repairing root wall right there, and there is second gear. You definitely want more than one gear when you're underwater, because you can travel in any specific direction for a slightly longer amount of time than you could with one gear alone. If you did it with 3 gears, you could just travel in that direction endlessly. Anyway, there's nothing else we can do here. So let us go through this little root wall with the second gear, and let us continue on. So the drill, it's the only way you can get around with the underwater. You can't do it any other way. So you need to be ready to fine-tune where you're going. That way you don't take a lot of damage from hitting things that you shouldn't underwater. And it'll also help you against other hazards as well. I can't believe I hit that fish. Anyway, do want to go through here and get you. And you. Okay. Wanted to make sure that I didn't miss out on any chips, because again, I just want to make sure that I have as many as I can get my hands on. Those little gray things are spikes, by the way. They don't kill you, they just hurt you, but better not to run into them, eh? Anyway, let's go ahead and power through the fish here, and then make our way through this little passage here. And now we're a little deeper in. Okay. And we'll be in a whole nother area once we are here. And we want to use the slide to get through this area. If you know what you're doing, you can get through here without hurting yourself on the spikes. And you can also use the slide to get over to the statue and just get through it. So you can also find a hidden wall. Well, that makes it easier to get out of here. Anyway, let's get back in the water. Well, that hunt for extra chips paid off. Uh-oh. You want to stay away from this thing until it gets tired. Once it gets tired, that's when you want to hit it. You also cannot hit this starfish enemy when you see the electrical shock around its body. Because if you do try to hit it when it has it, you're going to have a bad time. Alright, get over here. There we go. Yeah, you want to use first gear to keep yourself from being sucked in by the starfish enemy, and you want to use the second gear for fighting. It's a lot more efficient that way. Also, these are mines. Don't run into them. Hey. Otherwise, that happens. Do want to break as many blocks as I can, though. would make it a little easier to, well, get as much money for this shop as I can. It would help. Also exploring a little bit here too, because, well, you never know when you might find bricks or broken walls where you might be able to just drill your way through and find some stuff. And the occasional harder blocks as well. And there's nothing else up there, so we're just going to go straight to the left from here. If you drill into those bubbles, you'll be knocked back. If you just touch them, nothing happens. But if you drill into them, you do get knocked back a bit. You can use them if you know what you're doing for a little bit of fast travel. Makes it a little easier and faster to get around the rooms, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. I mean, you could make some good use of that. I usually don't use them, though. Also, down there leads to more of the level, but you want to go through here, too. You definitely want to go through this little area here. There's some breakable blocks up there. Don't break them yet. Instead, leave them there. That way it's easier to get to the treasure. Finally, after so long, we have another treasure. Stardust. Now that we're done, we can finally go through these little blocks here. There we go. Now we have a shortcut back into the water. Alright. Now that I have a drink of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar to moisten my throat with, let's go down here and to the right. And we have currents. This one's pleasant enough. You can swim past it at second gear. You can swim up against it. Like so, if you know what you're doing. The quicker you shift up, the better. And there you go. Just make the most of your gear shifting, and you should be able to get past some currents okay. But this one's moving a little faster. Like, not even second gear is going to get us past that. We're going to need third gear. Also, I swear that is a makeshift arrow on the wall right there. Anyway. I wanted to drill upwards and the game didn't let me. Oh well. Well, we can do a little bit of that right here. And there is third gear. We need that badly. And that opening right there will lead us back to the faster set of currents that we couldn't swim past earlier. Now that we have third gear, traveling underwater is going to be a little more interesting. It's a bit slow, but at least you can keep going endlessly with the drill that way. And that's alright. Some of the currents will be fast, some of them will be slow, and thankfully, you will be able to get to everything eventually. Just be ready to latch onto a block with your drill, and you should be able to get to where you need to go around here. And of course, you should have shifting gears down by the time that you're in this part of the game anyway. And that's how you get over here. Anyway, now that we're done here, let's go this way and let's fight against the current. That was one of the slower currents, but I decided to use third gear anyway, just 'cause. And there goes the starfish. Thankfully, that's all we need to get past at this point. Now here, we're going to have ourselves a little bit of fun. We're going to go through here just on the off chance that we can get some chips at the very top, which we do. All right. Now we need to dig through here. And now it's time to make our way up against some fast currents. You want to be as close to that wall up there as possible. And you better be ready to shift the third gear. Once you get all the way at the top, that's when you stop running the gear and you drill yourself to the right. That's when you prepare yourself over off to the side there, so that way you can get to where you need to go. Almost hit her head there a little bit, but the game decided to let us through there, and I did not have enough height. Let's fix that. A little too close to the wall. That'll fix it. Yeah, definitely want to get to third gear so you can do this. Yeah, once you get enough height, that's when you want to head to the side. And there are some more gears. Or, not gears, but chips. And now we just need to head right here. Got knocked to the side a little too much. Well, that'll just make it easier to get to this block anyway. Are you kidding me? Get back up there. Of course I'd be bounced all the way back down. Why wouldn't I be? Okay. Let's get over here. There we go. Now we're where I want to be. And I got all the chips. I thought I missed at least one on the way through that block, but thankfully I didn't. And there's nothing over there in the corner, so we can just get back in the water and not have to worry about missing out on anything. So right here, we have the breakable blocks as usual, but the little blocks with the hieroglyphics, you can't break through those. That's okay, though. We kind of need those to get past the spikes anyway. And we also have quite a bit of health to get. Alright, you go over there. You go down there. I'm going to get chips here. I believe I can drop that down. Yep, I can. Once again, you don't want to touch the spikes here. it will end up bad for you. You'll just get sent back to the beginning of the room if that happens, if you do fall into the spikes or jump into them in any way. Thankfully, we didn't do that. And now we have a place similar to where we were earlier. We just need to make our way back down. And we have this. There's also some more blocks at the bottom. And you'll have to break some of those for chips as well. And if you do it this way, you can get just about everything. You're not going to get every chip, but you will get just about every single one of them. And yeah, you guessed it. Well, you probably didn't, but in case you did, we are going to have to deal with the spikes, the underwater spikes, and the currents at the same time. After dealing with all these blocks. It's a good thing I got a second energy tank, because at this point you really will need all the help you can get. And I can never, ever keep myself from hitting these things. Like, it's a given that I'm going to hit these things no matter what I try. Right. Okay. We need to make our way through here. Come on. And we should be able to get out of this place. And that box should give us a little bit of health back. Yeah, we got this little spark plug looking thing. We definitely have our health back. There we go. And I believe we will face another boss when we get over here. Well, there's that flashing blue light again, and now we also have a lot of fish. And now it's taking control of the fish to make one big one. So, that weird ball of light is back. It is taking control of a giant fish. I don't have to tell you which part of the weak spot, do I? Just stay under control and stay alive. We need to drill the rocks and send them back at the fish. And we want to avoid the little sparks that flash red and blue in order to keep ourselves from getting hit. Once you send 2 rocks at the giant fish, you'll want to make your way from the top to the bottom to avoid the fish. Then you want to drill the giant blue light when it appears. The more damage you can do at once, the better. And then you want to use the drill to avoid being sucked into the fish vortex. And then the fish join in with the blue light again, and you have to do this again. And there's that spark that I wanted you to avoid. If it reaches the far left side of the screen, it splits into 8. But amazingly, if you're all the way to the left, it's like really easy to avoid if you're not like lined up with it. Yeah, if you're in the middle, it's a little harder to dodge those fish. If you're at either the top or the bottom, you can just worry about going in one direction. All right. Still easy to get hit by that, though. Ah. Now, those sparks hit the ground, they can't split into 8. Alright. And once the boss is down to like the last third of his health, you'll have to deal with this attack multiple times. Also, the flashing blue light appears at a random point, so you'll just really need to watch the screen to see where it shows up. The faster you can get to the blue light after the whole line of fish attack, the better, because the more time you have with the drill inside the blue light, the more damage you can do to said blue light. You sure took care of those freakish fish. Was it? What's that sparkling blue thing? And we have the blue diamond. Area cleared. Way to go, boss! You found another diamond. However, we're looking for a red diamond, not a blue or yellow one. Those skulkers must have stashed it somewhere. These diamonds must hold a crazy amount of power. Made a giant stone statue come alive and even controlled a swarm of fish. Something is up with these diamonds. I mean, if the leader of the skulkers is able to get some power out of the red one, and the blue diamond is able to do what it does, and the yellow diamond is also able to do what it does. Yeah, something tells me that we should probably keep these diamonds away from people who shouldn't have them. But what do I know? Anyway, let's go ahead and save our game, and I'm going to do 2 things before I end this video. First off, we're going to check out the treasures because we got another one. Number 24, Stardust. Each grain in this pile is shaped like a star. And we're going to go to the shop because once you complete the 3rd level of the game, once you complete the Kura Ruins, you are able to get your hands on a new item, the hard bit, a titanium drill bit. Let's buy that because I really want it. This will change the normal bit into the hard bit and also make our drill dozer purple. You can now drill hardened blocks. So the hard bit allows you to go through the purple blocks with the rivets in the corners. There are those purple blocks with the rivets that we saw all throughout the level that we had just been in that I never drilled through. Those. Now the gray metal blocks, that will require another even harder bit to break through, and we won't be able to get that until even later. For now, let's go ahead and leave the shop. Let's go ahead and get gear mode to save our game. Did I save? Did I do it correctly? Okay, when the music comes back on, that's when you did it right. Okay, cool. I've never done it from here before, so that's why I had to question what I was doing. Anyway, join me next time where we start the 4th area of the game. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!